Alright, YouTube, what's up? So, this is D Collector coming at you with a comic book haul. It's obviously my first one, and as you can tell, I'm a huge Power Rangers fan. I collect a few things pretty regularly: Power Rangers, Moon Knight, Batman, Daredevil, and then a little bit of TMNT, Flash, and Green Lantern. So I recently went to a flea market that is a little bit away from me. That's my cat, if you can hear. And I usually try to only go to this place about once a year. There's like 3 stores in there. One of them has some pretty decent back issues and some wall books. The other 2 pretty much keep most of their stuff around $1 cover price. And I found some pretty good finds and figured I'd let you guys check it out with me. Starting off, we're going to start off with Hack Slash, My First Maniac, #1. This is a Jenny Frison cover. As you can tell, I paid. Let's see if we can get the focus. Can't. Anyway, that's a $10 price tag. This book, in the first print alone, goes for $50 on eBay pretty consistently. I would say the bare minimum for a near mint copy is $30, maybe $35, and that's on the low end. There is a second print of this book, which is much more rare and does command a higher price. But I don't have that, unfortunately. And I am a huge Jenny Frison fan as well. So you guys will probably end up seeing a lot of her in the future. Next from this store, for $10 also, is a classic. I have one of these. Everybody knows what this is. I don't think I need to say much. But how this works is, so you can put a stack of back issues together and then go up to the front and they'll get up the total price and then make you an offer. They work with you pretty good here. At the end of this video, I'll show you guys everything that I got and I'll tell you what I paid. Another thing I like to collect, it's a little bit hard to find in my area, but I enjoy it. I enjoy the covers. It's usually almost always good art. Go Spider #1. $12 on that. This book here, coming up next, I think is undervalued for right now. This is the first appearance of Jane Foster as Thor. It's not the cameo, it's the first full in-story. And as you can see there, I did pay $12 for it. I have another copy. I got it at cover price. But I just feel like when that movie comes out, this book will really shoot up. Next, Masters of the Universe #8. Now, this is a pretty random issue. Some people might know what this is, some people might not. But this is actually the last issue of the series, and it is the first appearance of a character, I can't remember who. This book actually commands a pretty decent price on eBay. Most of the copies that sell on there, higher grade, are around $20, anywhere between the $20 and $30 range. Sometimes they even go all the way up to $40. This book's actually a little harder to find as well. Next up, paid $6 for this. I'm pretty excited. I already have one, but you can never go wrong. This issue actually reprints Werewolf by Night 32, the first appearance of Moon Knight. And if you're like me and you don't have Werewolf by Night 32 yet, then this book is obviously a great filler for that. Easily obtainable, not hard to find, and yeah, it's a great book. Next up is New Avengers #1. I think we all know what this is, obviously. And like I said before, guys, I'm a huge Power Rangers fan, and this right here, Spider-Man 397, isn't much of a Power Rangers key per se, but if you look on the inside of it, there is actually I haven't rebagged and boarded any of these yet, guys. The reason for that being I just wanted you guys to see the price that I paid. The Power Rangers flip card on the inside of it. So, whenever I see these, you know, like I said, they're not really a key. I just like to pick them up. There is a newsstand copy of this that is much harder to find. And then some later printing Moon Knights, a second print, number 3, third print, number 2, and I'm still trying to complete these runs, so you guys will see me pick up a lot of these back issues. This is not the A cover, obviously it says variant, but I do need it for run filler, so I just went on and grabbed it, $3, figured why not. And since the Spider-Woman movie is getting a lot of attention right now, that's rumored to come out from Sony, I figured why not go on and pick up some action figure variants, $3 a piece. So I got this one, which is Spider-Woman number 6, Silk number 7, and Silk number 8. I thought these were pretty cool. They don't really command any kind of a high price, but I thought they were interesting on the cheap end, so I figured why not. Another Spider book. Spider-Geddon number 1. With all the craze coming out about, you know, the Spider-Verse and Spider-Gwen and Miles being the hottest character in the world right now, this is a great cover, obviously. It's a huge mashup between all the Spider characters, and it's there. It can go nowhere but up. I paid $3 for this if I paid full cover for it, or full retail, I guess they're asking. But I see nothing wrong with picking these up and holding on to at least one or two. You never know what could happen. Moving on, some more run filler. This is a variant. This is issue number 18. Let's get this up so you guys can see. There we go. See if I can get it to stay. That's a little better. Alright, get these out of the way. Alright, and a little bit more speculation. This is the Force Awakens number 1A cover. So this is actually the first appearance of all the Force Awakens characters almost. Rey, Kylo, BB-8, I forget this guy's name. But most of the main characters from the movie, this is their first appearance. Picked that up for $5. Lando number 2. First appearance of one of those bounty hunters coming out in the huge crossover event that Marvel's about to start in War of the Bounty Hunters. Figured that was worth getting. Now we're moving into some of the actual dollar bin stuff there. I picked up quite a few back issues from there on the cheap, and just figured why not. I'd like to complete this storyline. I think it's interesting. This is Sensational Spider-Man 41 variant. It also goes along with this, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 24 variant. And there is 2 more of these white covers that go together. One of them has Mephisto on there. And that's in the original Spider-Man run, I believe. The storyline is actually when Mephisto erases Mary Jane from Spider-Man's timeline. Like, they get married and then Mephisto just takes that away. This one, Darker Image number 1, I think we all know what this is. It's polybagged. It's got the card in it still. For $1, I figured why not. Alright. Moving on. Sorry, that was my phone ringing. More run filler. Moon Knight number 5. Number 11. If I'm in the dollar bins, I'll pick up some stuff for my son. He's 7, going on 8. Obviously, he's into the cartoons. This is part of that. So, that's that first store. Like I said, the next 2 stores from this flea market are mostly cover price dollar bin stuff. For everything you just seen there, which is all of this, I paid $95 for it. It's not the best deal, I know that. I could have did better if I would have, went somewhere else. Found a lot of that probably in dollar bins, other places, but it's hard for me to find some run filler like that for whatever reason. Spider-Gwen and Moon Knight are just almost never in my area. So, moving on to the next store. This guy had a lot of interesting things. Most of his stuff was in the dollar bins, even though it won't say $1 on the price tag. I think he had priced it and just kind of left it where it was. But starting out, I thought this was a really cool cover. Deathstroke Terminator Annual #1. Another Jenny Frison cover. Angel #39. This was surprising to me to be in there. This actually holds a little bit of value. On eBay, this book actually goes for $10 to $20. Like I said, it's in pretty decent shape. I would give it probably like a VF minus because of that right there. But other than that, this book's actually in pretty nice shape. Invincible Iron Man #3. No. I think most people know what this is. If you don't, this is the first Riri in her Ironheart costume. I found it for $1, but the spine's all jagged on it. Sorry for the glare, guys. Can't really get focus, but it's nowhere near mint, so nothing big. Daredevil 610, the first appearance of Viggle. This book doesn't really go for nearly as much as the second print. The second print is, most of you probably know, extremely limited on the census especially. There's just over 100 copies, I think, graded, most of them being in the 9896 range. But I think the actual print run, or at least copies ordered by retailers for the second print, was like just over 600, I want to say. But this book, for whatever reason, doesn't go for hardly near the price. So this book is like, I don't know, $5, maybe $10 on a great day. The second print, a year ago, you could find that book no cheaper than $70 raw. Graded, it's still 9.8 range, $200. This one maybe $40, $50, 9.8 today. This was just a good Moon Knight cover. Picked it up for $1. Astonishing X-Men variant. And some Power Rangers run filler. Don't see this a lot. Especially not for $1. Now the next book, most of you will probably know just because it's starting to heat up a little bit. Marvel Now .1 #1. If you don't know, this is the first cover appearance of America Chavez, right there. And this book is in high grade. I was super glad to find this. Hard to pass on this for $1. I think everybody knows what this is at this point. Pit #1. And of course some more Daredevil. Daredevil Ninja #1. Blue Beetle #1, you never know. Ooh, Daredevil #1. Get some of these out of the way for you guys. And Silver Surfer #1. He actually had an $8 price tag on that, but he told me that he could move pretty well on a lot of these books in here. And then probably the biggest book I found here, Avengers Academy #1, near mint, high grade, for less than $4. So for these 3 books and everything else that I had gotten from there, which was like, what was it? 19 books. I paid $30 for all these guys. This book alone goes for that on eBay. Easy. It's at least a $25 book. First appearance of almost all of these characters. Hazmat, Metal, Striker, Veil, Finesse. Yeah, this book's getting hot. Alright. So the last store at the flea market I hit up had almost everything cover price. He didn't really do dollar bin books. He had everything listed pretty much at cover, and then you bring it up to him and he works out a deal with you. So, starting off, grab another one of these. It's obviously getting hot for the event coming out. He had, I was looking through his back issues, and he had a whole bunch of these Tomb Raider #1s. I don't know if you can see this one. This one's actually the preview. This is Andy Park. This one's Michael Turner. Alright, there we go. So we got the preview, the 0, the 1/2, and the #1. And to go along with the other one I showed earlier, Last Jedi #1. Nothing really significant about this issue, guys. I just thought it went well with the Force Awakens #1, so I went on and grabbed it. Now, I already have a copy of this book, but I seen it in here, and for $1.50, Moon Knight getting hot, you never know what's going to happen. High grade, well, probably 7.0, 7.5. Newsstand. This is when Moon Knight joins the West Coast Avengers. I think that book will have quite a bit of legs coming in the future. Here's another one. Silver Surfer 75, The Death of Nova. Now, with all the news coming out about Nova, guys, you never know what will happen. So we're going to grab that. Went on, picked these up while I seen them there. I already have a regular issue of Marvel Knights #1 here. And I went on and wanted to grab another one just because it was in decent shape, and then grab the variant also. Moving on. I thought this was really cool. I'd never seen it. So, Final Crisis Director's Cut #1. I'm a huge fan of, like I said earlier, Jenny Frison, but as well as that, his sketch covers and design variants. So anytime I find sketch covers or design variants cheap for just about anything, I'll pick it up. Sorry about that. And coming to the last few books, the Avengers #4, second print. I don't know if you guys can see it there. I don't know, it's blurry, but these second prints are getting harder and harder to find. And 2 more copies of Avengers Academy #1. Great find. Great find. I'm going to go back there here soon. I said I only like to go once a year, but I need to go back. And one of these. So, if you don't know, this is Justice League, obviously, #1, the Bronze Age key. Except this is the Millennium Edition, but as well, it is the Chromium. And these books are hard to find. They don't command a huge price, but they are hard to find, especially in high grade. You can find on eBay that mid-grade copies are selling for $20 just because of the rarity and the decent grade. These chromium covers are difficult to keep in high grade, and this one is near mint plus. And the last book from the flea market, probably the biggest book of the entire haul here, Secret Avengers 19. At this point, probably everyone knows what this is. This is the first appearance of, as Mercenary refers to him, Sunday Church Moon Knight, I think is what he calls him. But it's just the Mr. Knight costume that he later on wears and deems his character. Alright, for that, guys, that's going to wrap this one up, and I appreciate you guys watching. Come back soon. Thanks.